Hi, I am making this video because I just want to introduce myself and give a quick description, and this is not rehearsed or anything. All my videos are just getting on and talking, which isn't really always easy because I'm quite introverted, but I guess it helps when I'm talking to a phone and not in front of a group of people. So I want to introduce myself. I'm Laurel. I have a daughter who is 21 who struggles with mental illness, and I have been vlogging about this for over a year now. And it started that I would just randomly vlog about it. And when I say vlog, I mean just making videos on it, but not posting it. So I had a lot of videos saved, and I wanted to kind of compile them in case she ever wanted to watch them for some reason, because I'll tell you, there's just so many people like me who are dealing with a child or a loved one who struggles with mental health issues, and they don't know where to turn, and they don't know who to talk to, and they feel alone, and they're probably scrambling online to look for resources. And I can say that because that was me. When my daughter had her first episode, I got online and I tried and tried and tried to find information, and I really couldn't find much. And I felt very secluded and alone. And I have since then vowed that my goal is to share my story so that somebody else who's maybe looking for some answers, looking for some solace, may find it in these videos. They may or may not. So these videos are just me talking, and that would probably bore a lot of people. I don't know. I'm just going to put it out there, and I'm not going to put it in public yet, because I'd really like to get permission from my daughter before I do that, and I don't have that permission. So, but today I was just working on videos, and I gotta say, it's a lot of work trying to put videos together. And if you're gonna put them on YouTube, you have to put like a cover on it or whatever, and it is a ton of work. But my computer has run out of storage space, so I really need to start uploading these to YouTube and getting them off my computer, because my computer is running really slow, and it keeps giving me the warnings. And I guess it's time for a new laptop. But anyway, I thought it was a good prompt to start posting these videos. But the first video I did was really kind of weird, and I really didn't want to start with that video, so I kind of wanted to do an intro maybe to that video. And I'll give you a little background. My daughter, she's 21 now. She had her first hospitalization at 15, I believe. She's had probably, I think she's had close to 10 hospitalizations. I've witnessed some things I never thought I would ever witness in my life. It is, I think, a topic that people do not like talking about because it is uncomfortable, but I also think that it is rampant. I think that there are many people out there that are struggling in silence, and I think it's time to let people know that they're not alone. And you think you're living in a living hell by yourself, but actually there's lots of us out there. So maybe we can come together and support one another. And even if you don't have somebody that struggles, if you come across any of these, then maybe you'll have a little empathy for what's going on, because this is not the fault of anybody. The person did not ask to be ill, obviously. And even though their actions might be hurtful, they don't mean for it to be. It's not deliberate. And I think it's so important that people see the way that people are acting. I see this a lot on YouTube videos, social media, when people start acting a certain way and they are judged, and then a lot of them will use mental illness as to why. I don't think it's an excuse to treat others badly. per se, but I will say that that does happen, and I don't think they know what they're doing when they're doing it. So I guess I am excusing it somewhat, and I think it's valid, honestly, because if they don't, some people have psychosis with the disorder. That is what we have experienced. So with psychosis, you don't really know what's going on. I don't know that they remember everything. I don't know because I'm not in that body, but all I know is what I witnessed. So I'm just going to be talking as time's gone on. I pretty much now every day make a video about what's happening, because every day is a challenge, or there's something to be said every day, and it's therapeutic for me to talk about. Honestly, this has become a ritual for me, so it's my own therapy. But it really, the only reason I would put it out there is honestly to help others. And if I can do that in any way, even if it's just one person, that's what I want to do. I just think it's what I feel like I need to do. I think it's my purpose is kind of to share this story, and so I'm gonna do it. And I don't know if people will watch it or not. I hope that it gets to the right person. That's all I can say about that. I will talk a little bit about God and a book that I read, which is called A Course in Miracles, which has really helped me through this process. But I by no means am preaching that. I don't care what or who you believe in, or if you're an atheist or whatever it might be. Like, I don't, it's not about that. All I'm doing is sharing what helps me get through the day, but that's not going to work for everybody. And for me, believing in a higher power helps me. So you're also going to get a lot of what may come across as toxic positivity, and that's okay too. Like, that again, this is how I cope, and this is how I cope, and I want to share with you in case some of you need some coping skills too. I also took a class through the National Alliance of Mental Illness, and it was a 10-week program, talking with other parents and learning about the illness, or mental illness, not bipolar per se, but any mental illness. And I saw so much struggling. I saw a wife who was on there crying every time about her husband. And so I know it's not just your children, and it's so painful. And it's not just tearing the person up that has it, it's tearing up the people that love them. And it's a horrible thing, mental illness, and we really need to help each other through it. So I hope you can do that. But I also think I like to talk about how to get through the system, because this is a very interesting system. And if you're just going through it, if you find this video and you haven't quite been through the medical system and all the hospitalizations, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna candy coat it. It's hell. It's hard to maneuver through. So I've learned. The mama bear in me has come out. So what used to be a very shy, introverted person, which some might even categorize as weak, yeah, that strength has definitely risen to the surface when it comes to my daughter, because I will do anything, and I mean anything, to help get her through this. And she kind of hates me for it. She does not appreciate it, and that's okay. Sometimes I have to love her from afar, and that's okay too. But we are very close. When she is doing well, we are doing well. It's when she starts having mania, basically, is when she cuts me out. And so I'm going to talk a lot about that. So if you want to continue to watch, I know I'm rambling. I just really want to give you an intro to who I am, so that you have an idea of what you're watching and what you're going to be listening to. So thank you. I hope that you'll join me through this experience, and I just have a feeling I'm going to find some good connections through here. So thank you for listening.